Dear students, hope you are all well. Today we will begin with a chapter in history. The name of the chapter is Sources of History. Let's begin our chapter with an example. Early in the morning, we receive newspapers, which makes us aware of daily events and incidents which are happening. After some times, these events become the past, and we recall the date and time when the same incident happens again. Here, we can take an example of the COVID 19 pandemic, which the whole world is facing today. The same way, there was another pandemic which was faced by the world 100 years back in 1918 with the name of Spanish flu. Millions of people died at that time, but the world overcame that problem. So we can learn from the positive and negative things of that event. In this way, we can say that history is the study and understanding of the past, especially the people, societies, events, and problems of the past. Now, you must be thinking, why is it important to study history? Let's see. It is important to study history so that we don't repeat the mistakes of the past. It is also fascinating to learn where have the customs and habits with us come from. You must be also thinking where are all these customs and habits coming from. So history is nothing but to inquire about our past. Let's move forward. And there are various sources to get the knowledge about the past. So today we will also see what are the sources of history. Sources of history are those things and places that gives us information about the past. For example, historical monuments, folk literature, inscriptions, customs and traditions. Now what is literature? Literature are the written works, especially of high or superior quality. They are the variety of books written by different historians. So we get a lot of information about our past from this. Next is inscriptions. Now, inscriptions are things inscribed on a monument or in a book, or it means they are also a type of writing, but they can be out of the book also, like on the rocks, on the monuments, like Ashoka pillar also has many things written on that pillar related to the Ashokan period of time. So all these helps us to understand our history. Now we will see the types of sources of history. They are of three types: material sources, written sources, and oral sources. So, children, let's start with the material sources. Material sources are further divided into different parts. Material sources means what? The study of things or objects. Now, what are those different parts material sources are divided into? They are artifacts, monuments and ruins of the monuments, coins and seals. Okay, now we will see in detail what are artifacts. Man uses a variety of things in his day-to-day life, as you all know, right? So he keeps on making new things. These things are known as artifacts. Artifacts used by human in the past provides us valuable information about the life of the ancient times. Now, ancient means many, many years ago, many, many years old. So, about the life of the ancient times. We can decide the period of ancient artifacts like earthen pots by studying the shape, color, and design on ancient potsherds. Now, what are potsherds? Potsherds are nothing but the pieces of earthen or ceramic pots. Okay. There are also ornaments and other artifacts that throw lights on social interaction of the people in ancient times. So these types of physical sources or artifacts are known as material sources. They come under material sources. Let's move forward. We can get the information of diet of people from the remains of food grains, seeds, and bones of animals found in excavations. Now, children, what is excavation? It is an unearthing or digging of a place, especially at archaeological site. Here in this picture, you can see some people are collecting remains from an archaeological site. Now, what they will do is they will check it in the laboratory and find out from which period these belongs to. Okay, so during excavation, such grains can be removed. An archaeologist inspect them. Okay, inspect them in the laboratory, then we can come to know about what grains it is, so we can get information about the diet of people from the remains of food grains, seeds, and bones of animals found in excavation. Let's move forward. The second part of material sources is monuments. Now, you must have visited many places and seen monuments of different periods, okay, of time, by built by different kings, different emperors. So ancient monuments, buildings, or remains of monuments and buildings which are recovered in excavation are also sources of history. So monuments are also has an important place in the material sources of history. Example: Harappa and Mohenjo-daro cities found in excavation give information about the existence of Indus Valley civilization. Now, this Indus Valley civilization is the oldest civilization of the world, and we are going to study about it in the third chapter. We will learn in detail about the Indus Valley civilization in the third chapter. Let's move forward and see. Now, all over India, there are countless historical monuments. Countless means you can't count that much historical monuments are there, like stupas, temples, forts, and palaces. All these give information about the different times of history, and all these come under material sources of history. Let's move forward. So just take a look at some example. This is Meenakshi Temple in Madurai, Tamil Nadu. This is Chittor Fort in Rajasthan. And the next one is Sanchi Stupa in Madhya Pradesh. So Sanchi Stupa tells us about the Buddhist religion. So we can say that these monuments also provide information about the different times of history. And these monuments also have their past. Okay, let's move forward. The last one is coins and seals. Now, coins and seals of ancient times also gives information of the past. And these coins were mostly made of gold, silver, copper, and lead. Now, as you all know, our coins, the Indian rupees, were also made of gold and silver before, but now they are not made of. These coins contains figures of kings. So what these coins had on them, what they had printed on them, what they had inscribed on them, these coins contain certain figures of kings and gods, religious symbols, names, and date of the rulers. Okay, when they started ruling, all that used to be inscribed on the coins of the respective periods. Just look at the coins of the ancient periods. These are coins of the ancient period. Next are seals. Seal is a device for making impression in wax, clay, and paper. Okay, seal is a device for making impression in wax, clay, and paper. Now you all also have your school stamp, so that will also come in a seal. Okay, they were used in ancient times for trade and religious rituals, etc. These are some examples of seals of ancient civilization. So children, today what we have learned about the material sources, all the artifacts, articles, monuments, and their ruins are called the material sources of history. Let's move forward. That is your homework, is you have to find the answers of these questions. The first one is dash used by humans in the past provides us valuable information about life in the ancient times. Second one is dash and dash of ancient times also gives information of the past. Third one is what are material sources? And the last question is why is it important to study history? That's all for now. We will learn more about this lesson in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.